property manager details problems at a troubled Aurora apartment complex, but says an alleged Venezuelan gang problem is under control.
It seems like the best use for this land is just connecting the community.
A community is divided, literally, after a private landlord shut down a popular path. Turkeys that have escaped their fate as Thanksgiving dinner find their second chance at a bird sanctuary, and a chance to show our gratitude to Colorado's National Guard by helping their families through tough times. That's tonight on Next.
The drive through the mountains is still a snowy one tonight. Now here's a look at Loveland Pass this afternoon. We just got a dusting of snow in the metro area. Most of it is already melting. That's bad news for tomorrow. Our temperatures will dip into the teens, meaning that wet roads will turn into icy ones. There's that Loveland Pass that we were just talking about. Lauren Robinson, maybe not such a great year for any outdoor Thanksgiving plans. I know a lot of people do the turkey trot, backyard football. You might want to bundle up.
Right. Both of those I wouldn't really recommend this Thanksgiving, especially that turkey trot tomorrow morning, because we're going to see those overnight lows in the teens, meaning by the time you're getting out early tomorrow morning, temperatures will still be in the teens, maybe low 20s if you're lucky. So we do still have a weather impact day in place today, and that's going to be for the slick roads overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. And that's also going to be for our frigid overnight temperatures dropping all the way into the teens, meaning you'll really want to bundle up if you do have those late night plans tonight or early morning travel plans tomorrow for Thanksgiving. As you take a look at our live radar, most of the system that passed through Colorado now pushing its way through eastern portions of the Midwest. But as you take a look here in Colorado, these snow showers are drying out quickly. So coming up in my full 7-day forecast, we're going to talk a bit more about the frigid temperatures tonight, the slick roads overnight, and the cold Thanksgiving ahead. I'll have those details for you coming up.
The businessman appointed to oversee a troubled apartment complex in Aurora disputes claims that the property is under control of a Venezuelan gang. But he says there are still major health and safety problems at the complex, and he's offering residents money to leave. A third-party receiver, Kevin Singer, took over the Whispering Pines complex on Helena Street last month after the owners defaulted on a loan. The owners have gained national attention for claiming their properties, including Whispering Pines, were taken over by members of a Venezuelan gang. But in new court documents, Singer describes his inspections in early October, saying, quote, although there was some evidence of criminal activity, it appeared the more serious issues had largely been resolved due to the efforts of the Aurora Police Department. He also told the court the property suffered from numerous code violations like electrical issues, leaks, and buildings without hot water. Singer says he's focused on making improvements and beefing up security, but he's having trouble collecting rent. He's offering residents $1,200 to leave. Multiple tenant advocacy organizations argue the residents are being unfairly charged for uninhabitable units, and they claim the property manager is offering the payments to sidestep the eviction process. Going out of your way can be a real pain in the, let me try that again. The path to get to a popular overlook just got a lot longer. Marshall Zellinger looks at a property dispute that's made a real pain to get to Jackass Hill Park in Littleton.
A light dusting of snow and low clouds makes for one of the best views from high atop this hill in Littleton. Detours to see these sights can be a real pain in this thing.
I live in the neighborhood just on the other side of the High Line Canal here, so I would come through here to get to Jackass Hill. You get beautiful sunsets, you can see fireworks, unobstructed views of the whole Front Range here. But I know a lot of people come from this side to get to the High Line Canal.
Used to get to the High Line Canal. Over the weekend, this 400-foot path from Jackass Hill Park to the High Line Canal closed. The notice says it all. Private property.
Came as a shock. I've lived here for 10 years. This has been open the entire time. I've had neighbors tell me this has been open for 35, 40 years.
Billy Gooch is one of the 90,000 yearly users of this part of the High Line Canal. He's part of Vibrant Littleton, which advocates in part for safe walking and biking routes.
This is a safe route to schools. Heritage High School and Runyon Elementary are both just down the way.
There is even permanent signage showing this path as part of a school route, a 20-minute walk or 6-minute bike ride if you turn right and then left at the trail, except you can't turn right anymore.
I'd much rather be biking over here than be biking up and down here with speeding cars.
There are other access points along the High Line Canal Trail, like the one on Mineral mentioned on the sign. But if you take that detour just to get to the other side, you've completed half a 5K.
It's about 1.5 miles to go around either direction to get to where it's just 400 feet from us here.
There are 3 groups involved: the Highline Canal Conservancy, South Suburban Parks and Rec, and the City of Littleton. In a statement, the city manager said the city is respectful of private property rights and is looking forward to engaging with the property owner to reopen the trail as expeditiously as possible.
Seems like the best use for this land is just connecting the community and giving everybody access to our beautiful natural parks down here.
I tried to reach out to who I thought might be the homeowner involved in blocking this off. Haven't heard back tonight. I just want to quickly show you. I know it's a little difficult with this, the way the layers are in this Google map. I might actually change it to a brighter. Is that any better? That's a little bit better. That is 400 feet. If you have to take one detour, you're going this way, all the way down Mineral, and then you're picking up the trail here, just to get back, that's about 1.7 miles. If you want to go this way, take Rangeview, and then come down Windermere, back to where you were over here, that's 1.3 miles. Now, if you're just trying to go to the school over here to where Heritage is, Angeline, that may not be too difficult because, I mean, it's still extra time, but you can see that the detour is ridiculously long.
It's almost like the park is living up to its name.
Yes, it is being a bit of a, Jackass Hill.
That is the name. I want to know more about the story behind the name, but the detour.
Steve Steger did it. We can probably link it on this story if you want to see it. One of the first stories on Next was about the name of the park.
All right, we're going to have to look for it. Thanks so much, Marshall. This week, we have the opportunity to show some gratitude to Colorado's National Guardsmen and their families. Kyle's on the road with an update on this week's Word of Thanks.
Thanks for being with Next while I'm away this week. This week's Word of Thanks micro-giving campaign offers an opportunity for us to show gratitude this Thanksgiving week and support the families of the Colorado National Guard. They step up to serve, both to protect our country, but also to respond immediately in the case of natural disasters that we've seen over the past few years in Colorado. When those families fall on hard times, the Colorado National Guard Foundation is there, offering zero-interest loans to help families pay their bills, to help them afford medical expenses. And also, they offer small loans to families dealing with the death of a loved one. The foundation, a nonprofit, does all of this with no staff, just volunteers. So what we donate will go directly to supporting the families that have stepped up to serve our community through the National Guard. Scan the QR code on your screen or text the word thanks to 303-871-1491 and we'll send you that link to donate. As always, I'll match the first 50 people to donate $5 to get this rolling. And more than 3,500 of you have signed up to simplify your monthly giving through donation to the Word of Thanks Fund. You give once, and we split it among all the nonprofits we feature each month. It's meant that we've started your recent micro-giving campaigns with $25,000 a week in donations. Thank you.
Taking advantage of Colorado's great outdoors can take a lot of money and a lot of effort. One man's on a mission to make sure everyone is welcome.
They're really nice birds, and they're really friendly birds.
And where do all the pardoned turkeys go? A bird lover in Bennett saves space for a fortunate flock. Next.
Well, that snow is gone, but we do still have a weather impact day through the rest of the evening, and that's going to be for a few reasons. Outside of that snow, we do have some slick roads expected tonight and early tomorrow morning as you head out for those Thanksgiving plans. And we're also looking for those frigid overnight temperatures dropping all the way into the teens across most of the Front Range, 20s across the Eastern Plains. So you do still want to watch for this very cold weather tonight and into early tomorrow morning to affect your plans. Now, as we take a look at our current conditions, of course, the sun is set. Still not too bad temperature-wise out there. 30 degrees at DIA. Light winds coming in from the southwest at 7 miles per hour, making it feel closer to 23 degrees on the skin. Now, as we take a look at our live radar, that snow that pushed through Colorado now moving eastward through other portions of the Midwest, and that means a lot of our alerts have been allowed to expire. Our winter weather alerts have been allowed to expire, and the same goes for our avalanche warnings. But you do still want to be careful as we go throughout our Thanksgiving if you have those backcountry plans. chance because we did have a lot of snowfall and we're going to watch for more gusty winds. But as we take a look at our radar, we do have a couple of areas with some light snow flurries lingering. Those will continue to dry on out as we go through the rest of the evening tonight. And behind that, we're going to see those clouds move out overnight as well. As we go throughout our Thursday, we're going to see sunny skies for our Thanksgiving Day, but it's what I like to call cold sunshine because those temperatures are going to stay in the 30s across most of the Front Range. Overnight lows leading to that, we're in the 20s across most of the teens across most of the Front Range, 20s in the Eastern Plains, single digits and sub-zero temperatures overnight tonight up in the high country. And then take a look at these highs for tomorrow, 30s and 40s for the majority of the state with some 20s up in the mountains. So the next few days, we're going to see a lot of sunshine, a drying trend takes over, and we slowly warm up. We're back in the middle 50s by the middle of next week.
All right, thanks, Lauren. Now, think of a Coloradan and you might have a certain picture. Maybe they're wearing hiking boots, relaxing by a mountain stream, eating a granola bar as Moose sips water 20 feet away. A lot of us take for granted that even if we don't have interest in any of those things, we can still access them. But that's not true for everyone. And our next storytellers, our Ann Herbst, shows us how a Colorado group is making sure that our outdoor spaces become more inclusive.
Colorado's mountains create a melody all their own. Dominic Lucero just fills in the lyrics.
Girl, I know you love me when you put no one above me.
When he hits pause,
something, something, something.
Dominic finds peace.
I'd rather be listening to this water than the clicking of keyboard keys.
Give him a poll and his tune changes.
My day consists of pill sorting.
From 45-year-old man.
Watching Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Back into a little kid.
Got me a little trizz out. Trizzo?
A kid, a lot like the one who fell in love with the mountains a long time ago.
I always kept this in my back pocket as something that I always used and always needed.
Dominic's at home here. Something not all Colorado kids feel.
There's a lot of families, communities in Denver who haven't had that experience. What I always say the biggest barrier first is the mental conditioning for our Black and brown people to know that they are worthy of these experiences. The outdoors culture is something that people seek from all over the world. It's important that our communities that haven't had access to this are part of this culture. Busting around when I get tangled up just like my fishing line.
Through his group, Colorado Treks.
Little dirt don't hurt.
Dominic has organized all sorts of outdoor adventures for more than 1,000 kids since 2016.
Sun shining, birds chirping, and we got worm juice all over my fingers. So.
Slime is the only barrier to a good time. Lessons, gear, and transportation are all free.
I feel bad that I hooked it.
Hey, you can kiss it and make it all better.
Dominic knows these kids might need this medicine of the mountains.
Let's do it.
Because he's taken a few doses himself.
When I was that little kid who got hurt and I found this was medicine, I was 12 years old and I got stabbed 5 times on the way home from school. Me and another homie in the community, we bullied each other one day, and it got to the point where he took a knife to school, and what kept me out of that darkness completely was these mountains, these spaces and places.
Dominic healed by getting out and breathing in.
Thankful for family and community and the culture of Chicano and the outdoors.
I got a fish!
It does something uniquely different to each and every one of us. Like watching somebody ride their bike for the first time, or somebody get like the answer at school.
That I almost catch the fish over there, but I let it go.
Just that smile on my face. I'm getting like chills just thinking about it.
Colorado Treks carries the mission downstream.
My dog, are you in this class?
And into classrooms across the Denver metro.
Those bowls make a vibrational sound. And it helps to get his balance, bro. It's so dope.
Middle school meditation at Ricardo Flores Magone Academy.
Taking a moment to connect to the earth below you.
Something about these experiences just makes us feel great.
Dominic shows kids that lessons about love of life and self happen anywhere.
It's like he's so nimble for a plus-sized gentleman.
Even when the only person to talk to is himself. himself.
He walks like a cheetah, but is shaped like a gourd.
Dominic never feels alone outside.
The only one I need is you.
But when a chorus of young voices joins in,
So cute.
for Dominic, that's the sweetest sound.
Yeah, we saw 2 turtles, the mom and the dad.
I just want them to know that this space and place is for them, and it's always been for them. Watch these little pokies. Yeah, you're fine.
That's pretty cool. I remember my first fish too. Colorado Treks will continue their work in a few Denver schools this winter. They're also planning some tubing, ice climbing, and ski trips.
People don't really know turkeys. You actually have to get to know them.
Not every turkey ends up on a table. How some very lucky birds found sanctuary on a Colorado farm. That's next. Turkeys can live more than 10 years, but often don't make it more than 4 months before being processed for food. One woman in Bennett is working to help some turkeys live their best lives.
I think people typically believe that turkeys are stupid and have no personality, but they're full of personality. And sometimes if you gobble, they gobble back. My name's Jewel Johnson, and I run Rooster Sanctuary at Danzig's Roost. We specialize in taking in roosters from suspected cockfighting operations, but we focus our energy on specifically farm birds too. We have 11 turkeys. Rolo is a little cantankerous, and he's a little big for his britches because he's the only boy over here. We have Turkey Steve. He's actually a rooster, but he identifies as a turkey. Tom is this girl here who's missing her left eye. Tulip is a sweet little turkey hen. Lily, she's back there eating that pumpkin, and she was given to a couple of guys in Denver a few years ago. They were giving her live so they could kill her for Thanksgiving and eat her, but they just couldn't. They fell in love with her. But she's one of the most cantankerous ones. Gosh, who's my favorite? It's a toss-up. I really love this one, even though she bites me. I really love Rolo because he's just a sweet, loving turkey. It's a little bit hard to get other people to be open to seeing animals that they'll eat, as having personality. Like, this is a lot of bright light to be in the world, I don't want that snuffed out, good-looking turkey. They really are delightful birds to me.
Jewel plans to celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow with the sides we all love, like potatoes and stuffing, along with a nice plant-based roast instead. The most Colorado thing we saw today was a fresh turkey delivery, and we mean fresh. Mike in Southeast Aurora sent us this video from his Ring camera of a turkey walking right up to his door. This happened a couple weeks ago after the snowstorm. Mike said he believes the bird was actually seeking refuge because he and his wife, turns out, they're both vegans and won't be eating turkey tomorrow. Smart bird. If you see something that feels like Colorado to you, email it to next@9news.com or text us at 303-871-1491. And we'll be back with your feedback next.
Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family and friends. Our Thanksgiving Week Word of Thanks microgiving campaign is an opportunity to show our gratitude for the families of the Colorado National Guard, the folks who step up to serve our country if deployed and here at home during natural disasters and other efforts around our state. The Colorado National Guard Foundation, an all-volunteer outfit, supports families when they fall on hard times and have a difficult time paying their bills, paying their rent, making their mortgage, perhaps dealing with the death of a loved one. They offer interest-free loans and grants to those families. Our donations will serve that purpose this week. Scan the QR code on your screen or text the word thanks to 303-871-1491 to join me and others in giving. Thank you.
Time for feedback. Carol says, Marshall, to be fair, is it possible that the property owner has experienced disrespectful care of his property and or security issues? Fair question. If you're the property owner, let us know. Richard says, you are professional and better dressed than Kyle. I'll defend Kyle. I love his jackets. I think he looks great every night. So I am not with you on that one, Richard, but, understand.